88 degrees Fahrenheit. 212,561 miles on the odometer. It is April 29th, 2024. Probably second or third part. I'd say second part, probably second part of the vlog. And we're going to the delivery. We're in the middle of moving day. We'll be going through all of that. We've been at this place for, I don't know, October 2021. So 22, 23. Let's see, October 21, 22, then 23. Like 2.5 years, I guess. I guess the move was October 2021 to this place. Now we're moving to another. I guess this October would have been 3 years, so 2.5 years. And I've been at this place that I'm leaving. I started there in 2010 and lived there to 2011, then left in 2012. So I lived there for about 2 years, then lived in Maine for about 17 months. Anybody's looking for a good story about a writer living in Maine, I've got one called Escape from Me. It's a really good writing story. I've already sent it to a movie star. He was in Empire Records. Anyway, anyone else is interested, it's a little descriptive. I'm writing a second series to it too. There's gonna be different series that I write on Escape from Maine. It's gonna be like, it's already like, I think it's roughly 200 pages, but it's gonna be like a 1,000-page screenplay. And it'll be turned into a series. So Stephen King's a little bit in it, as in some fantasy dream sequences. It's like the real Stephen King, not his stories. And yeah, it's loosely kind of, Stephen King's kind of a big character in it. But he was there, this is all set in Maine during 2012 through 2013. When it was supposed to be the end of the world, was 2012 on the Mayan calendar. That's when it started. The story starts. It's December of 2012, I believe. No, I'm sorry, I lied. I completely lied. I lied completely. It started December of 2011. That's when I moved to Maine. I arrived in Maine in 2011 of December. It turned 2012 in January. That's in the Mayan calendar that was supposed to be the end of the world. Anyway, it's one of the many screenplays that I have. I'm also working on Grace, A.K. Werevlog, which is about a werewolf. And I'm also working on another story right now called A Cat Named Crook. Also, I was watching the guy from Breaking Bad, Aaron Paul, whatever, his new house. I have a sequel to Breaking Bad known, and Better Call Saul. So it's a sequel to both. Is it Vince Gilligan? Yeah, Vince Gilligan would have it. It is called Skinny Pete and Friends. It's about Skinny Pete's circle. They move to New York, and they become like almost like Wall Street executives. With all the crime in New York, they do great. They ended up getting a townhome in New York, and it's about the release of, you guessed it, Saul Goodman, James McGill. It's about the release of James McGill from prison, and he recirculates and goes meets up with a lawyer chick, Rhea. Well, I remember. I gotta think of her name. Anyway, basically his love interest in it. She meets him in New Mexico, on top of a mountain. That's where it starts. It's a teleplay that I wrote. Skinny Pete and Friends. The Guitar Man is a character I want to play. There's a character in it called the Guitar Man. He's like this undercover guitar guy. It's like an undercover scene in New York. Well, he's like a nut that plays guitar. Anyway, if you want to hold that teleplay, leave a message too. Or just leave a comment. I come around, yeah. A lot of people are like, he's a YouTube vlogger. No, I don't want to. Well, you know what? These YouTube vloggers, they get Netflix shows. It's happening. Also exciting about the teleplay, Skinny Pete and Friends. It'd be really cool to pull Bryan Cranston and, didn't he die? No, there's always ghosts. Listen, there's always ghosts. Aaron Paul, flashback sequences. You got, Saul Goodman, James McGill, Bob Odenkirk, okay, and then Rhea. I'm just thinking her name is Rhea. I'll figure it all out. What is her name in it? Drives me crazy. James McGill. What is her character's name? I should know this because she's in Skinny Pete and Friends. She's in the beginning part. She sends an email to him telling him that, what in the world? Oh, they're doing a shoot. She sends an email to Skinny Pete. Actually, it's the other guy that gets it. His friend, the chubby guy. Anyway, he gets the email. And it says, you know, James McGill's been released from prison. Keep it on the lowdown. We're all going to meet at the top of this mountain in Albuquerque. And they have like a dinner there. And they talk. Figure out what they're going to do. It'd be great to work with Bob Odenkirk. Just to be the writer, you know. Because Bob would know. You know, if I was like, hey, Bob, what's going on? It's like, yeah, I know what you are. Because he was a writer for many years before he became the actor Bob Odenkirk. He was a writer for Saturday Night Live. Anyway, you never know. I could have helped out with Inside the Actor Studio. Bravo, I was on that. Plus, believe it or not, I've done stage work, not there, but at Hip Pocket Theater with a guy named Charlie Baker, the one and only Skinny Pete, who would be one of the stars. Who's still around. He's a big protester. He was a big protester during the SAG movement. Okay, so the big lawyer is Rhea Seahorn, who is Kim Wexler. She starts off Skinny Pete and Friends with an email. It comes from Kim Wexler. Yeah, that's the Fort Worth Independent School District Administration building. Tearing her up.
Watch out for the precious children and the plaza. Awesome is over here.
Don't go down there. That's where the pet cemetery is. You don't want to go down there across the barrier. You certainly don't want to bury Church, the cat, down there. Not down there, the pet cemetery.
I miss you. I love you. Dirty shoes. Time to go to bed soon.
He doesn't have dirty shoes. He has dirty paws. He's got snow paws. I was singing a song to Kitty today. It went, kitty, 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 let's go.
Oh, you've got paws that look like snow. Oh, kitty, kitty, I've got to say whoa. You're so pretty. I know you're a kitty.
All right.